Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language program. Let's speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well then, let's learn English together. All right. Now, do you remember what we learned in lesson 10, the 10th lesson? We looked at nouns and practiced changing singular nouns into plural nouns. We looked at different groups of spelling. Group 1 was simple. To change a noun from singular to plural, we add s to the end. So, car becomes cars, and tree becomes trees. Group 2 is nouns which end in s or sh, or ch, or x. We change the noun from singular to plural by adding es. So box becomes boxes, church becomes churches, and brush becomes brushes. We also have to remember that potato and tomato change to es when we make them plural. Group 3 is nouns which end in y. If the noun ends in vowel plus y, then we add s to the end to make the noun plural. So boy becomes boys, and monkey becomes monkeys. If the noun ends in consonant plus y, then we change the y to ies when we make the noun plural. So party becomes parties, and pastry becomes pastries. Group 4 are the nouns which end in f or fe. To change these nouns from singular into plural, we change f or fe into ves. So, shelf becomes shelves, and wife becomes wives. And then we have group 5, the irregular nouns. They are illogical, so we have to learn and remember them. Child becomes children, man becomes men, and sheep becomes sheep. We also learned that some nouns are only plural: trousers, shorts, glasses, jeans, and scissors. We never say a scissor, we always say scissors. We never say a jean, we always say jeans. If we want to talk about one, we use a pair of scissors, one pair of jeans. Good. Now today, let's look at my, your, his, her, and its. We use my, your, his, her, and its with nouns. First, let's look at an example. Here is a watch. This is my watch. This is not your watch. This is my watch. Here's a t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. This is not your t-shirt. This is not his t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. Now, let's look at this table. I, my. You, your. He, his. She, her. It, its. So, this is a watch. This is a t-shirt. This is a ring. This is my watch. This is my t-shirt. This is my ring. This is a watch. This is a t-shirt. This is a ring. This is my watch. This is my t-shirt. This is my ring. Now, let's look at some more examples. Alfredo Benchfield and Margaret Bissett are in a local cafe. There are 2 cups of coffee and 2 glasses of water on the table. Let's listen to their conversation. Alfredo says, "Good morning, Margaret." Margaret says, "Good morning, Alfredo." Alfredo says, "There are 2 cups of coffee and 2 glasses of water." Margaret says, "This is my coffee. That is your coffee." Alfredo says, "This is my coffee. That is your coffee." Margaret says, "That is your water. This is my water." Alfredo Benchfield says, "This is my water. That is your water." So, now we can say if something is mine or if it is yours. This is my watch. That is your TV screen. Now, here's some information about the Benchfield family. The Benchfield family tree. Okay, so that's the Benchfield family tree. Now, let's make some sentences about the Benchfields. Tim is Alfredo's son. Tim is his son. John is Alfredo's son. John is his son. Tim and John are Alfredo's sons. They are his sons. Elizabeth is Alfredo's daughter. She is his daughter. Doreen is Alfredo's daughter. She is his daughter. Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo's daughters. They are his daughters. Tim is Mary's son. He is her son. John is Mary's son. He is her son. Tim and John are Mary's sons. They are her sons. Elizabeth is Mary's daughter. She is her daughter. Doreen is Mary's daughter. She is her daughter. Elizabeth and Doreen are Mary's daughters. They are her daughters. Tim and John and Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo's children. They are his children. Tim and John and Elizabeth and Doreen are Mary's children. They are her children. Okay, so we have my, your, his, and her. Now, this isn't the first time we learned about his and her. Let's think about when we tell someone our name. Do you remember? When we tell someone our name, we introduce ourselves. When I introduce myself, I say, "I'm Gav Duncan." I can also say, "My name is Gav Duncan." When I want to introduce someone else, I say, "This is Alfredo Benchfield." I can also say, "His name is Alfredo Benchfield." Alfredo is a man, so I say, "His name is." When I introduce a woman, I say, "This is Margaret Bissett." I can also say, "Her name's Margaret Bissett." Margaret is a woman, so I say, "Her name is." Now, let's listen to Tim Benchfield. "Hello, my name's Tim Benchfield. This is my brother. His name is John. This is my father. His name is Alfredo. This is my mother. Her name is Mary." Now, listen to how Mary Benchfield introduces herself and her family. "Hello, I'm Mary Benchfield. This is my husband. His name is Alfredo. This is my son. His name is Tim. This is my other son. His name is John. They are my sons. This is my daughter. Her name is Elizabeth. This is my other daughter. Her name is Doreen. They are my daughters. And finally, let's listen to Doreen Benchfield introducing herself and her family. Hi, I'm Doreen Benchfield. This is my father. His name is Alfredo. This is my mother. Her name is Mary. These are my brothers. My brothers' names are Tim and John. This is my sister. Her name is Elizabeth. In my family, there are 6 people. Okay, let's check some of that again. Let's look at me again, and let's look at these things. This is my watch. This is my watch. This is my t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. These are my glasses. These are my glasses. This is my ring. This is my ring. So, why do I say this is my watch, but these are my glasses? Do you remember? That's right, glasses are plural. Now, look at the picture. It's Alfredo Benchfield. When we look at the picture, what do we see? We see Alfredo, a bicycle, a car, a bike helmet, a car key, a house, and a house key. Okay, so this is his bike. That is his bike helmet. This is his car. This is his car key. That is his house. That is his house key. These things are his. Let's try that again. This is his bike. That is his bike helmet. This is his car. This is his car key. That is his house. That is his house key. These things are his. Now, let's look at a picture of Mary Benchfield. Okay, so this is her skateboard. These are her elbow pads. Those are her knee pads. That is her helmet. These things are hers. Look at the items in the pictures, and together we'll decide if the sentences are correct. It's my watch. Right, correct. It's her car. Wrong, incorrect. It's Alfredo's car. It's his car. It's her skateboard. Right, correct. Okay, let me tell you about my family. My father is called Ken. My mother's name is Nina. My sister's name is Katie. When I meet someone, I introduce myself and then I introduce my family. What do I say? I say, hi, I'm Gav Duncan. This is my father. His name is Ken Duncan. This is my mother. Her name is Nina Duncan. This is my sister. Her name is Katie. And that's all for today's lesson. Today, we looked at nouns again, and then we used my, your, his, and her. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. My name is Gav Duncan. My first name is spelled G-A-V. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Jeffrey Banana. And I'm not Michael J. Fox. See you next time for Lesson 12, the 12th lesson in M5's English learning program on your TV. Let's speak English. See you later. Bye. Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. Now, do you remember what we learned last week? Last week, we learned the verb to be, all the forms, positive, negative, short, full, singular and plural. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are and they are. I'm not, you're not, you aren't. He, she, it's not. He, she, it isn't. We're not, you're not, and they're not. After that, we learned the ABC and learned about vowels and consonants. The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. And the consonants are B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Then we learned to ask and answer questions with the verb to be. When we ask a question, the word order changes. I am changes to am I. You are changes to are you. Now we can ask and answer questions in the positive and negative. We learned about spelling and different groups of nouns. And we learned about this and that, and these and those. Now, do you remember the last lesson? Lesson 11, the 11th lesson. We talked about my and your and his and her. Now today, let's learn the rest of the my, your, his, her group. First, let's look at this table. And now listen to me as I use them. I like my house. You like your house. He likes his house. She likes her house. It likes its house. We like our house. You like your house. They like their house. Now, it likes its house. Well, normally we say it for, well, a dog, for example. So, if the dog likes its dog house, we say it likes its house. Maybe Terence the squirrel likes his skateboard. Then we say it likes its skateboard. Now, do you remember the numbers we learned? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, well, let's learn the next 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, now let's try some more simple mathematics. Do you remember the words plus, minus, and equals? Plus, minus, and equals. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 3 plus 3 equals 6. So, plus means this symbol. 3 plus 3 equals 6. And equals means this symbol. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Plus equals 7 minus 2 equals 5. 7 minus 2 equals 5. Okay, now let's try with some of the new numbers. 10 plus 9 equals 19. 12 plus 5 equals 17. 1 plus 19 equals 20. 3 plus 15 equals 18. 18 minus 15 equals 3. 14 minus 7 equals 7. 19 minus 0 equals 19. So, 15 plus 3 equals 7. Wrong, incorrect. 15 plus 3 equals 18. Right, correct. 12 plus 9 equals 17. Wrong, incorrect. 12 plus 5 equals 17. Right, correct. 7 plus 8 equals 15. Right, correct. 6 plus 9 equals 15. Right, correct. Good. Now, when we learned the numbers from 1 to 10, we also learned the ordinal version, the version we use in lists and in sports. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Okay, now we can see most of them end in TH. Okay, that's easy. Let's look at the ones which are different. First, second, and third. Okay, these are different, but it's not difficult to remember. First, second, third, and then fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Okay, what about spelling? How do we spell them? Okay, first is spelt first, F-I-R-S-T. Second is spelt second, S-E-C-O-N-D. And third is spelt third, T-H-I-R-D. Okay, that's first, second, and third. What about the spelling for the ordinal numbers from 4th to 20th? Well, so, not so difficult. We need to be careful with 4th, 5th, 9th, 12th, and 20th. But the others are easy. Take the number and add th to the end. Okay, time for something different. Now, we know how to use the verb to be to ask and answer questions. We know that the word order changes when we make a question. We are changes to are we. She is changes to is she. Fine. Now, let's look at using some question words to ask questions. The first question word we're going to use is the word what. We use this when we meet someone for the first time. When I tell someone my name, when I introduce myself, I say, "Hi, I'm Gav Duncan." Then I normally ask, "What's your name?" Let's see what happens when I meet Paul Pineapple and his friend Sarah Sandwich. I say, "Hi, I'm Gav Duncan. What's your name?" Paul says, "Hi Gav, I'm Paul Pineapple. This is my friend. Her name is Sarah Sandwich. Easy. Now, we can also use what with other things, not only names. Hello, Alfredo. What's that? Hi, Gav. This is my new car. Hi, Mary. What's that? Hi, Gav. This is my dog. Oh, your dog. What's his name? His name is Pedro. So, I use the question word what to ask lots of different questions. What's your name? What's your job? What's his name? What's her name? What's that? What's this? What's your name? Gav Duncan. What's your job? I'm a teacher. What's his name? Dave Squid. What's her name? Mary Benchfield. What's that? It's a teddy bear. What's this? It's a paper cup. What's this in Hungarian? It's cipőfűző in Hungarian. What is it in English? It's shoelace in English. What's this in English? It's nose in English. Okay, so now we know the word what. Let's look at another question word. The next question word is who. Hello, Mary. Who's this? Hello, Gav. This is my daughter. Her name is Doreen. Who is your teacher? My teacher is Gav. Who's that man? That's Dave Squid. Who's that woman? That's Ivy. Who are they? They're footballers. Who are you? We're policemen. Okay, so now we know two question words, what and who. Now let's look at the third question word, where. We use this question word in two very important questions. Where were you born and where are you from? This is how we ask the question. Where was I born? Where were you born? Where was he, she, it born? Where were we born? Where were you born? Where were they born? And here's how we ask the question, where are you from? Where am I from? Where are you from? Where is he, she, it from? Where are we from? Where are you from? Where are they from? Hello, Mary. Hello, Gav. Where's Alfredo? He's in the kitchen. Hello. Alfredo. Where are you? I'm here. Where? Here. Where? Here. Oh, there you are. Now, let's look at Alfredo's son, John. Okay, now there's lots of information about John and his family. Let's ask John some questions. The answers are above his head, so what are the questions? What's your name? What's your sister's name? What's your other sister's name? What's your brother's name? What's your father's name? What's your mother's name? What's your surname? Where were you born? Are you British? What's your job? Okay, that's all we have time for today. Next lesson, we'll learn to ask and answer more questions. I had fun today. I hope you had fun too. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Winnetou. I'm not Michael J. Fox. See you later. Bye. Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. Now, do you remember the last part of lesson 12? We looked at some new question words. What, who, and where from. Okay, let's look at some of the countries on the map. Which countries do we know? Well, here's Hungary. We all know that country. Which other countries do we know in Europe? Well, there's the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, Spain, Italy. Okay. And what about the other continents? Well, there's Canada and the USA. There's Mexico and there's Venezuela. In Africa, there's Angola, Nigeria, Kenya. There's Australia. Okay, now, who do we know from these countries? Which famous people can we think of? Well, there are lots of famous Hungarians. What about Erkel Ferenc? Or Horsányi Levente? Or in Hollywood, there was the original Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller. Of course, Dracula, Lugosi Béla. Now we know the country, don't we? Yes, the country is Hungary. Okay, but what is the nationality of the people from Hungary? Hungarian. So, Erkel Ferenc, Rubik Ernő, Johnny Weissmuller, and Lugosi Béla are Hungarian. Great. Now, what about the United Kingdom? Well, Shakespeare is pretty famous. Okay. Now, what's the nationality of the people from the United Kingdom? British. People from the United Kingdom are British. Okay. Do we know any famous people from France? Zinedine Zidane. Now, what is the nationality of the people from France? French. People from France are French. Great. Now, what about Germany? Modern talking. They're German. And people from Germany are German. That's right. Modern talking are German. Okay, what's next? Switzerland. Someone famous from Switzerland. Roger Federer. And the people from Switzerland are Swiss. That's right. Roger Federer is Swiss. Okay, the next one is easy. A famous person from Belgium. Well, there's only one. Johnny Hallyday. Now, people from Belgium are, that's right, Belgian. Okay, now let's look at the table below and listen to the countries and the nationalities. Hungary, Hungarian. The UK, British. France, French. Germany, German. Russia, Russian. Belgium, Belgian. Spain, Spanish. Canada, Canadian. The USA, American. Mexico, Mexican. Venezuela, Venezuelan. Egypt, Egyptian. China, Chinese. Japan, Japanese. Australia, Australian. Now, we know different countries and different nationalities. All right. Now let's think about how we can make sentences with this information. Look at this example. He's Horsányi Levente. His name's Horsányi Levente. He's from Hungary. He's Hungarian. Now listen to that again. He's Horsányi Levente. His name's Horsányi Levente. He's from Hungary. He's Hungarian. Okay, now which verb did we use? That's right, we used the verb to be. Harsanyi Levente is a man, so we use he when we talk about him and his when we talk about his name. What about a famous Hungarian woman? What changes if we talk about a famous Hungarian woman? Well, let's look at Sondi. For Sondi, we say she's Sondi. Her name's Sondi. She's from Hungary. She's Hungarian. Sondi is a woman, so we use she when we talk about her and her when we talk about her name. What about an object? What about a famous Hungarian object? Rubik Ernő's cube. The Rubik's cube isn't he. It isn't her. It's an object. It. When we talk about it, we use it. So, we say Harsanyi Levente is Hungarian. His name is Harsanyi Levente. His nationality is Hungarian. Sondi is Hungarian. Her name is Sondi. Her nationality is Hungarian. The Rubik's Cube is Hungarian. Its name is Rubik's Cube. Its nationality is Hungarian. Let's quickly check the I, my, you, your, and he, she, it, his, her, its, singular and plural forms, and the positive form of the verb to be again. Here is a watch. This is my watch. This is not your watch. This is my watch. Here's a t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. This is not your t-shirt. This is not his t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. Now, let's look at the table. I, my, you, your, he, his, she, her, it, its, we, our, you, your, they, their, I, my, you, your, he, his, she, her, it, its, we, our, you, your, they, their. I am or I'm. You are or you're. He, she, it is, or he's, she's, its. We are or we're. You are or you're. They are or they're. Good. Now we know a few countries and the nationalities of the people from those countries. How can we make sentences about where people are from? Well, do you remember the questions at the end of lesson 12? Let's look at one of the questions we asked at the end of lesson 12. Now let's look at a couple of example questions and answers. Okay, so what do we ask for Levi and Sondi? Levi is a man, so we use he. Where is he from? And what's the answer? That's right, he's from Hungary. Sondi is a woman, so we use, that's right, she. So, the question for Sondi is, where is she from? And what's the answer? That's right, she's from Hungary. Now, let's make sentences about countries and nationalities. I am from the UK. I'm British. You are from Hungary. You're Hungarian. He's from France. He's French. She's from Germany. She's German. It's from Russia. It's Russian. We're from Belgium. We're Belgian. You're from Spain. You're Spanish. They're from Canada. They're Canadian. He's from the USA. He's American. You're from Mexico. You're Mexican. She's from Venezuela. She's Venezuelan. It's from Egypt. He's from China. He's Chinese. They're from Japan. They're Japanese. She's from Australia. She's Australian. Now, let's practice the questions. Look at the answers below and work out the correct question. Here are a couple of examples. I am from the UK. The correct question is, where are you from? I'm British. The correct question is, what is your nationality? You're from Hungary. The correct question is, where am I from? I'm Hungarian. The correct question is, what is my nationality? Good. Now let's work out the correct question for the answers below. He's from France. He's French. She's from Germany. She's German. It's from Russia. It's Russian. We're from Belgium. We're Belgian. You're from Spain. You're Spanish. They're from Canada. They're Canadian. He's from the USA. He's American. You're from Mexico. You're Mexican. She's from Venezuela. She's Venezuelan. It's from Egypt. It's Egyptian. He's from China. He's Chinese. They're from Japan. They're Japanese. She's from Australia. She's Australian. Where is he from? What is his nationality? Where is she from? What's her nationality? Where is it from? What's its nationality? Where are you from? What's your nationality? Where are we from? What's our nationality? Where are they from? What's their nationality? Where's he from? What's his nationality? Where am I from? What's my nationality? Where's she from? What's her nationality? Where's it from? What's its nationality? Where's he from? What's his nationality? Where are they from? What's their nationality? Where's she from? What's her nationality? Okay, good. That's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. My name's Gav Duncan. I'm from London. I'm British and Hungarian. His name's Gérard Depardieu. He's from France. His nationality is French or maybe Russian, I don't know. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Michael J. Fox. See you next time for lesson 14, the 14th lesson in M5's language learning program, Let's Speak English. See you later. Bye. Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. Now, do you remember our last lesson, lesson 13? In lesson 13, we learned the names of some countries and the nationalities for those countries. So, let's see some of the names from last lesson and some new names. Okay, so Canada is the country and the nationality is Canadian. Easy. Spain is the country and the nationality is Spanish. The United Kingdom is the country and the nationality is British. Now, Mexican is the nationality for which country? Mexico. And American is the nationality for the USA. Venezuela is the country and the nationality is Venezuelan. Okay, now the people in China are Chinese and the people in Japan are Japanese. Easy. Okay, now think about Gérard Depardieu. He comes from France and his nationality is French and Russian. Well, maybe, I don't know. Now, Italy is the country. What's the nationality? Italian. And if Norway is the country, what's the nationality? Norwegian. Okay, great. Now let's look at some of the famous people we know. Bill Copitan, Jolly Halliday, Gérard Depardieu, and Sondi. Good. Now, look at the sentences below and we'll learn something new. Bill Copitan is from Hungary. Bill Copitan is Hungarian. His nationality is Hungarian. Bill Copitan's nationality is Hungarian. Johnny Halliday is from Belgium. Johnny Halliday is Belgian. His nationality is Belgian. Johnny Halliday's nationality is Belgian. Gérard Depardieu is from France. Gérard Depardieu is French and probably Russian. His nationality is French and Russian. Gérard Depardieu's nationality is French and Russian. Sondi is from Hungary. Sondi is Hungarian. Her nationality is Hungarian. Sondi's nationality is Hungarian. Now, did you notice the last sentence in those examples? We use apostrophe S to show possession. We learned about my, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their. They are possessive adjectives. They tell us about possession. It's my t-shirt, not yours. This is my watch. It belongs to me. It's my possession. This watch belongs to me. This watch belongs to Gav. This is Ava's watch. Now, as we see in the following sentences, we can use apostrophe S to indicate possession as well. This is the possessive apostrophe S. We add apostrophe S to a noun to show possession. Here are a couple of examples. This is my watch. This is Gav's watch. They mean the same. This is my t-shirt. This is Gav's t-shirt. These are my glasses. These are Gav's glasses. This is his car. This is Alfredo Benchfield's car. This is Johnny Halliday's guitar. This is his guitar. This is Gérard Depardieu's passport. This is his passport. This is also Gérard Depardieu's passport. This is also his passport. Okay, so now we can use the possessive apostrophe S to indicate that this belongs to someone. This is my watch. The watch belongs to me. It's Gav's watch. Okay, good. Now let's look at countries and nationalities again. Here's a table of information about some of my friends. Okay, now let's use the information in the table to make sentences and ask questions about my friends. Here are a couple of examples. Okay, Now let's complete the rest of the sentences and questions. What's Wayne's surname? Wayne's surname is Pringle. What's Laurette's full name? Where is Wayne from? Laurette's full name is Laurette Pringle. Where are Frankie and Magda from? They aren't from Canada. They're from the Czech Republic. What are Wayne and Laurette's nationalities? What are Frankie and Magda's nationalities? Okay, good. Let's look at the possessive apostrophe S again. Let's think about the Benchfield family. Do you remember the Benchfield family tree? Okay, so that's the Benchfield family tree. Now, let's make some sentences about Alfredo and his family. Tim is Alfredo's son. Tim is his son. John is Alfredo's son. John is his son. Tim and John are Alfredo's sons. They are his sons. Elizabeth is Alfredo's daughter. She is his daughter. Doreen is Alfredo's daughter. She is his daughter. Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo's daughters. They are his daughters. Tim is Mary's son. He is her son. John is Mary's son. He is her son. Tim and John are Mary's sons. They are her sons. Elizabeth is Mary's daughter. She is Mary's daughter. Doreen is Mary's daughter. She is her daughter. Elizabeth and Doreen are Mary's daughters. They are her daughters. Tim and John and Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo's children. Remember, child is irregular. Remember lesson 10. Child becomes children. Man becomes men. Woman becomes women. And sheep becomes sheep. They are his children. Tim and John and Elizabeth and Doreen are Mary's children. They are her children. Tim and John and Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo's children. Alfredo and Mary have 4 children. They are their children. Tim is Alfredo and Mary's son. John is Alfredo and Mary's son. Tim and John are Alfredo and Mary's sons. Elizabeth is Alfredo and Mary's daughter. Doreen is Alfredo and Mary's daughter. Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo and Mary's daughters. Tim and John and Elizabeth and Doreen are Alfredo and Mary's children. They are their children. Okay, so the possessive apostrophe S isn't hard to use. But how do we use it when there is more than one person? Well, in the sentences above, we see that we say Alfredo and Mary's son, Alfredo and Mary's daughter, Alfredo and Mary's sons, Alfredo and Mary's daughters, Alfredo and Mary's children. So, if the noun belongs to both people, it belongs to Alfredo and it belongs to Mary, we only put the possessive apostrophe S at the end of the second name. Tim isn't Alfredo's and Mary's son. He's Alfredo and Mary's son. John isn't Alfredo's and Mary's son. He's Alfredo and Mary's son. Elizabeth isn't Alfredo's and Mary's daughter. Doreen isn't Alfredo and Mary's daughter. She's Alfredo and Mary's daughter. Tim, John, Elizabeth and Mary aren't Alfredo's and Mary's children. They're Alfredo and Mary's children. Okay, good. Now let's learn some more about the possessive apostrophe S. We know that with a singular idea, we write apostrophe S. This is my dad's car. This is my mum's car. Now, what about the plural? Well, if it's plural, we put the apostrophe after the noun. Let's look at an example. Parent is singular. Parents is plural. So, which group of nouns is parent? That's right, group 1. We change the singular to the plural by adding S. Parent becomes parents. Okay, good. Let's look at a couple of examples. This is my parents' house. This is my parents' car. This is my parents' dog. So, in these sentences, we know that there is one house, one car, and one dog. Now, let's look at the difference between the sentences. A, this is my dad's car. This is my mum's car. B, this is my parents' car. In sentence A, how many cars are there? That's right, there are 2 cars. My dad has a car and my mum has a car. In sentence B, how many cars are there? That's right, there is 1 car. My parents have a car. My dad and my mum have 1 car together. C, this is my dad's house. This is my mum's house. D, this is my parents' house. Okay, in sentence C, how many houses are there? That's right, there are 2 houses. My dad has a house and my mum has a house. In sentence D, how many houses are there? That's right, there is 1 house. My dad and my mum have 1 house together. Okay, great. That's all we have time for today. In today's lesson, we looked at countries and nationalities, we looked at possession and learned how to say that something belongs to someone. We also learned about the possessive S and how to use that. Okay, this is Gav's watch. These are Gav's glasses. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Bill Kopitan. I'm not Johnny Halliday. I'm not Michael J. Fox. I'll see you next time on M5's English learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan. I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye. Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. Now, do you remember our last lesson, Lesson 14? In Lesson 14, we looked at some countries and nationalities, learned some new countries and nationalities, and practiced asking and answering questions about where people come from and people's nationalities. We also learned about the possessive apostrophe s and used it to make sentences about possession. For example, when we say, "This is Gav's watch," we give information about the owner of the watch. This is Alfredo's car. Is it my car? No. Is it your car? No. The car belongs to Alfredo. It's his car. It's Alfredo's car. In lesson 14, we also learned the names of some countries and the nationalities for those countries. So let's see some of the names from last lesson and some new names. Now, do you remember what we learned in lesson 13? In lesson 13, in the 13th lesson, we learned to ask some questions connected to countries and nationalities. Do you remember? Now, let's look at a couple of example questions and answers. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Where is he from? He's from Hungary. Where are they from? They're from Australia. Good. Now let's look at the structure of the sentence. I'm from the UK. So we start with the person or thing, I, you, he, she, it. Then we use the verb to be, am, are, is. Then we use the word from, and then we say the place. Okay, easy. Let's practice that. Easy. The person, the verb to be, from, and the place. Okay, now, what about the negative? Well, how do we make the negative version of the verb to be? That's right, we add the word not. Okay, so when we make a negative sentence with the verb to be, where do we put not? Do you remember? Here's a reminder. I am not, or I'm not. You are not, you're not, or you aren't. He, she, it is not. He's, she's, it's not, or he, she, it isn't. We are not, we're not, or we aren't. You are not, you're not, or you aren't. And they are not, they're not, or they aren't. Good. Okay, so back to the sentences with where. If we want to make the sentence, I'm from London, negative, what do? That's right, we add not after the verb to be. I'm not from London. Great. Easy as pie. Now, let's change the rest of the positive sentences into negative sentences. I am not from London. You are not from China. He is not from Belgium. She is not from Venezuela. It is not from Japan. You are not from Canada. We are not from Mexico. They are not from Poland. Okay, fantastic. Now, you know what's next, don't you? Yes, that's right. We know the positive. We know the negative. Now, what about the question? Well, the question is easy too. Remember how we made a question with the verb to be? Do you remember what changes? That's right. The word order changes, like this. I am changes to am I. We are changes to are we. So, to change the sentence, she is beautiful, into a question, we change the word order. She is beautiful becomes is she beautiful? And then we add a question mark. Is she beautiful?
So, show me the table. Am I? Are you? Is he? Is she? Is it? Are we? Are you? Are they? Simple. Okay. Now, let's take our sentence using where and from and change it into a question. Okay, here's the answer. I'm from London. What's the question? That's right. Where are you from? Simple. Now, what about the answer, they are from Székesfehérvár? What's the question? That's right. Where are they from? Fantastic. Okay, another one. The answer is, she's from Caracas. What's the question? That's right. Where is she from? Magic. Now, let's use the information below to make positive and negative sentences and questions. Here's an example. Frankie Hoffman to be from Canada. Okay, first the positive. Frankie Hoffman is from Canada. Now the negative. Frankie Hoffman isn't from Canada. And the question? Is Frankie Hoffman from Canada? Okay, let's see that in a table. Terrific. So now we can make positive and negative sentences about where people come from, and we can ask people where they come from. Now, here's some information about me. Now, look at the information in the table. Look at my first three answers. Gav Duncan, Gav, and Duncan. Okay, so we know the answers. What are the questions you ask me? Question 1. What is your name? Good. What about question 2? What is your first name? Great. And question 3? What is your surname? Fantastic. Okay, we know name, first name, and surname. Now, what about the other information in the table? Well, 23rd November 1970 is a date, and London is a place. So, which question words do you think we need? That's right. You there, man on the sofa. Good answer. We need when and where. Great. Now, 23rd of November 1970 is my date of birth. And London, well, that's my place of birth. Now, we have the answers. What about the questions? Okay, think about what we learned at the end of lesson 12. Do you remember? We learned how to ask some new questions. One of the questions was, where are you from? The other question was, that's right, where were you born? Okay, good. Now, Which question do we need to get the answer, I was born in London? That's right. Where were you born? And what about the other question? The one about the date? Well, think about it logically. The question we need is not where you were born, but when were you born? And if we remember the prepositions of time from lesson 4, do you remember Terry the squirrel? We learned that we use at for clock times, on for days and dates, and in for months, seasons and years. So, the answer is, I was born on the 23rd of November, 1970. Great! So now we know the questions to ask. Great! Now that's all we'd have time for today. In the next lesson, in lesson 16, the 16th lesson, we'll look at question words again. Okay, I'm Gav Duncan and I'm from London. I'm not Winnetou and I'm not Michael J. Fox. I wasn't born in Zimbabwe, I was born in London. See you next time on M5's English Language Learning Program, Let's Speak English. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. See you later. Bye.